Hey everyone, I'm Shaleia and welcome to your monthly Twin Flame Oracle card reading for April. I can't believe it's already April, as you can tell. I'm a little late uploading this because before I knew it, it was like April 1st and I'm like, oh my gosh, when did that happen? Yeah, I'm glad to finally pop on here and give you your reading for this month. And we've been busy. Tomorrow, which I guess is today when I upload this, is Jeff's birthday. So I've also been planning a really nice, birthday present and outing for him. So by the time I got around to doing this reading, I'm like, well, there's still time to do it, really. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me for this month. I like to wish happy birthday to all the Aries out there. And also to the Tauruses towards the end of the month. I know we're going to transition to a nice little earth sign. I'm an earth sign, so I'm like, yay, earth. But fire is always a wonderful complement and balance to the earth signs. Well, I guess to all the signs, really, they all complement and balance each other out. And that's one of the beauties of these things. So, without further ado, I'm going to move forward into this 4-week reading. And I'm just going to pull up my calendar here because I don't want to make any mistakes. Aha, perfect. Okay, so the first card is for April 1st to April 8th. Okay, and dun, 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 look what we have here. This is awesome. This is the teacher card. I dare not even say his name. I think it's Mahachohan Rogoski. What? I'm not used to using this camera. Usually I use the other one, but I just had to get this video up like ASAP. What this card is really saying is that, for this week, regarding your twin flame journey, it's important to really look at your twin flame correctly as a source of an energy that is teaching you, or someone that is teaching you and teaching you about love, really. And I just also want to say, as a side note, the purpose of a twin flame is not just to be your teacher. They are certainly meant to be your lover and your best friend and your eternal partner. Okay, just automatically goes without saying. That is the purpose and the role of a twin flame. But of course, I mean, they are also teaching us, where can we love ourselves this week? Okay, meaning what are they mirroring in us? Because our twin flame is our perfect divine mirror. And because they are our perfect divine mirror, they can show us precisely where we need to be loving ourselves. But the fact is that we have to humble ourselves and allow God, or the spirit, same thing, God, spirit, to love us through our twin flame, and not only that, to be able to help humble us in accepting them as a teacher. I know for a little while in my union, before Jeff and I got into harmonious union, I think that was a bit of a struggle for me, where I was like, like I don't know, I'm not used to my partner teaching me. Usually it's the opposite in relationships. I was always kind of the teacher, and my boyfriend was kind of my student. But the truth is that this is a really equal and balanced kind of relationship, that it may even appear like you're you're not the teacher, or you're not in that kind of teaching or role modeling role. But know that it does really go both ways, because you too are also role modeling for, and helping along your twin flame. But sometimes, and I experienced this with Jeff, where he really has a significant piece of understanding that I need, that I don't have yet. And so that's when it's important for me to just kind of like drop this idea like only I'm the teacher, or I can't be taught by my twin flame or whatever, because it's always God that is speaking through everyone. Everyone, right? Now, of course, someone that's choosing ego and all that. I mean, they might have a little lapse where spirit can speak through, but just be aware, that God is speaking through you, through to you, through your twin flame union this week. Oh my gosh, I'm like, oh, trying to like get it all out of my mouth, all this wonderful information. But yeah, like you can see this cup that this master is holding. I mean, there is so much good for you here in your union, and your twin flame has so much wonderful juiciness to offer you, but you have to be open to receiving, and you have to be okay with being humbled as a student of love regarding your twin flame union, and to help you also move into your harmonious twin flame union. So this is the energy for this first week. Okay, is just remember that your twin flame is also a spiritual teacher for you, and yeah, that can change. It goes back and forth, or it's the same, at the same time kind of thing. But just be aware of the power and the beauty that holds of what your twin flame is trying to teach you. Okay, and it always comes down to love in whatever form that's appropriate for you to learn and for you to learn. Oh my gosh. Ah. I will get through this. I can do this. Of course I can. I just haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm like, I can tell, like, I probably should have had a little snack before doing this reading, but I'm okay. I'm okay. The spirit is through me, and I can not have to like pause this video to like have a snack. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the second week. Okay, so this is for April 8th to April 15th, and boom, it is Horus. You are seeing the situation accurately. Okay, so it seems to me that this week, what's coming up in regards to, you and your twin flame union is you're starting to really see your twin flame accurately. This actually kind of goes, well, of course it does. It goes hand in hand with kind of this teacher card. Like you're starting to really understand the purpose of your twin flame union and the purpose of you desiring to be in your twin flame union. Like it's more than just ooh, smoochy face, like being all romantic and, here's my eternal lover kind of thing. Like, yeah, that's really beautiful and a wonderful component of the twin flame union, but that's not it. Like getting into your harmonious twin flame union, it isn't the end game, and I fell for this trap. I thought that this was it. When I get into my union and then my harmonious union with Jeff, that I was kind of like done on my spiritual journey, more or less. Like, okay, I kind of got what I was looking for, so I don't think I really need to go any further. But I noticed and I found out, and the same was true with Jeff, that we reached harmonious union and we stayed in that state for quite some time. It's just like letting it settle and just like being in that level, I guess. Like, oh, okay, God, we finally made it. Let's just like chill out here for a while, And that was all nice and fun. But I realized like my heart's not completely satisfied and has nothing to do with like my twin flame. It has everything to do with the fact that um, the the eternal love and bliss and joy I was deeply desiring had nothing to do with my twin flame and everything to do with my relationship with God, and that there's more. Like I'm not done here. Like the journey is about God, and it always comes down to God. And I guess I thought that, that my journey was really about my twin flame. And yes, of course, it required me to have and develop a relationship with God and getting into like a harmonious union with God and understanding with God. But, I'm not in perfect union yet. And I felt that, like, I felt like my relationship with God was just not deep enough. It wasn't done. Like, I wasn't completely satisfied. Like, look around my reality, I'm like, oh, there's my harmonious union, and but there was still something that uh is wasn't and not completely satiated yet, because I'm also, and Jeff too, we're going deeper into our relationship and love with God, and going into a deeper kind of union and love with God. And so this is about really seeing the situation accurately. Like, your twin flame is an ascension path to God. Okay, so it's your twin flame is not the end game. Like, you'll enter your union and you'll get into harmonious union when you do your spiritual work and remove those blocks to love that you have to harmonious union. But then you realize, oh, there's like more here. There's like, the journey is not over yet. And the truth is that it comes down to our journey and relationship to God, because our relationship with God, or spirit, or mother, father, God, how the higher power, creator, whatever you resonate with, it's all the same thing. That's the only relationship that actually ever really matters. And our relationship to God and how we feel about God is reflected in all of our relationships, especially our union. And that's why having our twin flame is so valuable, because they reflect our relationship with God and where it's actually at. And then you can see, like, oh, I'm definitely having some like out of alignment thought here, because I'm having a really big upset with my twin flame. And so, this is really about seeing the situation accurately. And I think Horus, if I'm not mistaken, he's like the god of light or something like that. So, this is what's coming to light. So, yeah, I thought this is a very wonderful card that comes up for this week, and something to certainly ponder on, like, especially if our twin flame is our teacher, or a teacher, a significant teacher in our life and teacher of love. Well, it comes down to something deeper, doesn't it? Something deeper that they're trying to show us. You can see the moon kind of reflects that, that is that kind of symbol of that there's something more here. So we're going to move on to the third week of April, April 15th to April 22nd. My, oh my, the week's flying by. And we get Isis, balance, career, and home life. Let me just zoom in. It might be a little glary. Okay, so what I'm getting for this week is that, I feel like this card is kind of really rather self-explanatory, that it's important not to fall out of balance, with your overall well-being, because when we get involved with our twin flame, and especially those who are on the path specifically of harmonious twin flame union and doing all the spiritual work, it's important to honor our cycles. Like, you can't just work all the time. It's important to rest, and know that when you are choosing to rest and surrendering into rest, you are moving forward. Okay, you're not like stopping or being stagnant. But when we talk about balanced career and balancing home life, it's really about balancing our masculine and feminine energies. And our twin flame perfectly mirrors those energies inside of us that are really out of balance. And instead of like pointing the finger and blaming them and getting upset at them, which is really kind of a ridiculous thing, because you're literally pointing your finger at yourself, it's important to take that opportunity as a lesson and look at the mirroring. Jeff and I teach the mirror exercise, the twin flame mirror exercise, in our book. You can find the link in the description box below, so you can get a head start on doing your spiritual work into harmonious union. And doing this mirror work is going to help you rebalance these energies out in your life, because your masculine energy needs to be honored as much as your feminine energy needs to be honored. And it's important to be working in the positive aspects of our masculine and feminine energy, and transcending those more negative aspects of the masculine and the feminine. And I don't need to get into that. That's a whole other video. But anyone can Google masculine and divine feminine qualities and all this, and I'm sure something will come up. Hopefully it's not a whole load of crap. But anyways, you all know what I mean. You can feel into what I'm saying. So it's important to really honor the balance of your thinking and your feeling, and honor your cycle. And sometimes with our twin flame bringing up a lot of these upsets in our lives, it's important to what I call ride our emotional wave. So do not make any decisions when you are on an emotional high or when you're on an emotional low, but wait until you ride your full emotional wave, and then you're able to make a clear decision. For example, like if you're really high and you go in and buy a car on this emotional high, it's probably a very bad idea, okay? But if you wait to buy the car and you're emotionally high and then you hit your emotional low, and then when you're done that cycle and you still feel really good about the car, then it's probably a sign that, yeah, that's the right car for you. You should probably buy that car, as opposed to acting on an emotional whim, emotional high and then emotional low. The same is true with your twin flame. Make sure that you're coming to your twin flame from a balanced place, not on an emotional high, definitely not on an emotional low, but that you're taking care of your own emotional self and achieving emotional mastery so that you can approach the union from a place of peace, because you're actively doing your spiritual work from the mirroring that your beloved twin flame is presenting to you. So we're going to move on now to the fourth and final week. What is that? April 22nd, April 29th. Woo! Okay, so we get Pallas Athena, detached from drama. Okay, so sometimes when there is drama stirred up, either from yourself or from another person, it's usually an indication that they're trying to feel something. But just because you or a particular individual is trying to feel something by stirring up drama doesn't mean that you need to get involved in it or attached. You just identify, what's going on, and then you can, politely put a boundary. But, for this week, this this detaching from drama is really about letting go of the past in regards to what has happened in your twin flame union, or don't, like, releasing the grudge, or releasing the old way of relating to your twin flame. Many people have been or are with their twin flame, but they're not in harmonious union yet. They're still relating to their twin flame as if they're in, like, just a regular normal relationship. But you have to release that old energy and that old idea and belief of a relationship, because this is a union and this is with your twin flame. It's on a completely different level level of being in existence, and it completely transcends the social constructs of a regular romantic relationship. So in order to start new and start fresh, you really have to say goodbye to the old. And so also what this card is bringing up for this week is, once again, kind of like with this whole balancing out card, we have to let go of these upsets that come up with our twin flame. Like, not just like let them go, like, oh, whatever, but do your spiritual work and just let it go, and not ruminate or overthink, or are they doing their spiritual work? Well, look, you are innately one with your twin flame. This is a very unique facet of twin flames that is not like all your other brothers and sisters, meaning when you make a core choice, your twin flame makes that same core choice, because you're essentially the same being. And so if you're choosing to heal and let go of the past and choose love where you didn't choose love before and move into harmonious union, yeah, your twin flame is doing the exact same thing. But if you're actively choosing separation, choosing fear, choosing upset, choosing worry and anxiety, well, that's a very repulsive energy, and your twin flame feels that energy because that's a core choice you're making, and so they're making that same core choice. But as soon as you make that new core choice to move into harmonious union, your twin flame automatically does the same. You're designed to be together eternally. Yeah, I mean, nothing's really changed in a sense, except that I don't know, you came down to earth and now, you're playing the separation game and you're learning how to transcend the separation game. So, this is really important to just continue persevering and choosing love throughout your journey of getting back into harmonious union. And don't let yourself get, intimidated or influenced to release your harmonious twin flame journey and go into separation. There are so many twin flame beliefs and ideologies out there that encourage separation, like the one of, oh, your twin flame is not meant to be your lover. It's too hard. Don't romanticize. You're meant to be with the soulmate. Your twin flame is like your teacher or something. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's so painful. I can't believe people are espousing this and people are believing in this. What a painful thought of separation from your beloved twin flame. Like you're sharing the same blueprint with another soul, another being. Do you not think you'd be extremely sexually and romantically attracted to them because you're designed to be together? I mean, it's it's only natural. Like, oh my God, if someone told me Jeff is only meant to be my teacher, no. I'd be looking at him like, how are we gonna hook up? Y'all know what I'm saying here. So, yeah, I mean, this is a really wonderful month of getting into harmonious union, and just a gentle reminder to continue to choose faith and have hope that your dream of getting into your harmonious twin flame union is coming true. But it's also important, of course, not to just have hope and faith, but to also take your guided action steps. Like you do have to help co-manifest your dreams and desires. And so, you do that by listening within, and listening within doesn't just necessarily mean, oh, I hear a voice in my head and it's saying this and that. No, I mean, there's many, many ways and avenues and creative outlets where, the Holy Spirit can speak to you and give you guidance. It can be through another person. It can be through a book, a passage, a card reading, a song. I mean, numbers. We all know, all of this, right? The whole, twin flame signs and whatnot. But just if you need help, really continuing to choose your harmonious twin flame union and having guided action steps, like clear guided action steps. Jeff and I have 2 e-courses where each lesson really delineates a step forward for you to take that helps you manifest your twin flame union. And our book is also a very wonderful resource, especially if you're new and you'd like to get introduced to our work. And specifically, the mirror exercise is like the most critical tool to getting into union. And the beautiful thing is, you can take these spiritual tools that we teach in our book and our courses, and you can apply it to all your other spiritual tools and spiritual practices and beliefs. It's a very wonderful complement. So, I highly suggest that. Also, if you would like your own twin flame reading, I'm open to doing sessions. I have a 4-week twin flame reading, and I also have a romance analysis multi-reading, which is very fun. I just need your birthday and the birthday of your twin flame or your soulmate or whoever that you're romantically interested in or with. And I do a whole report, and it's a healing, looking at your numerology and your destiny cards and comparing, doing connection charts. And it's just really, really fun, very informative, and definitely well worth the investment if that's something that you think you would like to have in your tool belt. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this week. I look forward to seeing you in next month's reading. We're going to head into May. And if you like this video, check like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the channel. Love you guys.